What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Does it feel like the wheels are turning over at Marvel Studios? In the last 2 weeks, there have been so many updates and news right in the middle of this time where we've got Moon Knight ending, Doctor Strange getting released, and a first look at Thor Love and Thunder right on the back of what we heard at their most recent presentation at CINEMACON. There is a major shift for the Fantastic Four, Marvel's next big team up for the first family in the MCU. Spider-Man director Jon Watts has officially exited the project, this being reported by multiple sources, but confirmed by public statements by both Jon Watts and Kevin Feige at Marvel Studios. We're going to break down what they both had to say, and I'm going to speculate just a little bit as to what may have happened here and why he left the project. That will be speculation. We will tell you what they both said, though, what is actually fact. We're breaking it all down. Jon Watts leaving the Fantastic Four and where they go from here. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, reviews, to the occasional industry insider scoop, stories like we're covering today, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway, which we are headlong into the next one. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, let's separate fact from fiction before we speculate at all as to why this went down and where Marvel Studios goes from here. The public statement from Kevin Feige, president, and Louis D'Esposito, co-president over at Marvel Studios, quote, "Collaborating with Jon on the Spider-Man films has been a true pleasure. We were looking forward to continuing our work with him to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU, but understand and are supportive for his reasons for stepping away. We are optimistic that we will have the opportunity to work together again at some point down the road." Watts also made a public statement saying, quote, "Making 3 Spider-Man films was an incredible and life-changing experience for me. I'm eternally grateful to have been a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for 7 years, and I'm hopeful we'll work together again, and I can't wait to see the amazing vision for the Fantastic Four brought to life." Now, I think the very first thing worth mentioning, and because it's been so prominent in the last 6 months as Spider-Man No Way Home and Sony continue this forever going press tour with a brand new trailer getting released yesterday, they expect, or have been forthright about expecting, to bring Jon Watts back for the next Spider-Man 4 and presumably the next trilogy, considering how well he did with the original trilogy. So when Jon Watts says, "I hope we work together in the future," that may be what he's referring to. And I don't want to read too much between the lines because these are the statements they made and they're pretty self-explanatory, but it doesn't sound like anything was nefarious at play, or that either side is upset, or even that there were creative differences on the project. Maybe Jon Watts just wants to take a break. I don't know, guys. That's what I read this to mean. It just, maybe he wants to take a break, and man, he deserves it. Spider-Man trilogy's taking 7 years to build those films. If he doesn't feel like he has it all in him to do the Fantastic Four, guys, doing these movies is not a light undertaking, especially how important the Fantastic Four is going to be to the MCU. So where you read a headline like this, maybe press the panic button a little bit or say, hey, what's going on? Is the project in question? This honestly to me just sounds like a guy who completed maybe what's one of the biggest projects of his entire life, and he just wants to take a break, and I completely support him if that's why his decision was made. Of course, maybe some more details will come out, but now that leaves the Fantastic Four franchise without a director. Now, the line is going to be a mile long for people who want to sign up and do this. And as we've covered here many times in the last 6 months, the rumors about the casting for the Fantastic Four have been, well, less than what we expected. We actually have a sense now that they may choose to go in a completely different direction with this family. Instead of telling a solemn story about the Fantastic Four, as has been attempted already, turning it into more of a lightful family comedy, more in line with, say, an Ant-Man franchise and an Ant-Man take on the first family, instead of playing it so serious. So I'm going to go ahead and say right now, within like an hour of this going down, that I'm calling it, Peyton Reed is for sure the most likely candidate in my mind after Ant-Man to take over this franchise, if that's the vibe they're going for. I have my opinions about that. Some of my favorite Marvel stuff is the dynamic between Reed Richards and Doctor Doom, and certainly some of that is the furthest thing from family friendly and funny, but there's plenty of time for that to build out and drama over the years. I don't know if I'll mind that take. I would never go as far as to say maybe that's why he didn't want to do that. I would say that that's all nonsense, and if you hear people sort of trying to lead to that, I think the most important thing is you want the director to be comfortable with the cast, for what he's writing, the writing team as well. The whole direction of the project has to be there. The site has to be there. And so, you know, Marvel Studios hits the reset button. There are plenty of amazing names left in the ring. And I'm actually going to have to sit back and think on this for a minute, because some of my first directors that I would throw their names in the hat to do this, there's just no way that it'll ever get done, because I'm going to say, Marvel Studios, when are we getting that Quentin Tarantino Fantastic Four? Oh man. All right guys, obviously let me know down in the comments, who do you want to direct the Fantastic Four now that the doors are wide open for someone else to step up and take the project? And for that matter, who do you have for your vision for the casting for that? I was joking about a Quentin Tarantino Fantastic Four. That will never happen. Let's jump into the giveaway stuff. Before I let you go, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s all the way up to 1 million subscribers every 20,000. We are rapidly approaching 960, the next giveaway. So if you want to be entered to win, or keep up with the content, as we are in an absolute glut of clips to break down and post for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness for the next 7 days until it's released, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at @IamFires. You can also find my original music on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music, under the name All Fires. I sincerely appreciate you checking the music out, but if you don't, no worries. Thanks for checking this channel out. I really appreciate that. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.